Fine.
He's
Oh, it's
breaking
you.
underneath it. He's breaking underneath it. I can hear it.
Wait, breaking underneath what?
The greenhouse.
Yeah, Ellie's here. He looks so happy in his actual home. You know, with his true father.
Bingo.
Oh, what's that digging noise I hear?
Diggy, diggy, diggy hole.
Where?
We'll just wait for it in the building.
Hang on a minute, why is there a hole here?
I wonder.
I'm finding a tunnel here that is now, like, been abandoned.
How do I know that during this trial there will be no
Who's
execution
invisible?
attempts on my life?
Hi, Alban, come on.
Where's the courthouse?
It's not that serious of a crime, you know. You're not gonna get put in jail for life for attempted robbery.
The last trial I saw was in Game of Thrones.
Where is the protection here? I'm getting harassed by the jury.
Is it by any chance
This
the
isn't
trial of
courthouse.
Cersei? Well,
Is it
come
upstairs?
Get
upstairs.
moving.
Yeah,
Okay, sit down.
Squeeze it out. Squeeze it
Sit
out.
down. Sit
Help
down,
me,
please.
Isaac.
You may need to
Oh my
speak.
god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. How about
Okay.
we trial him for why he's so fucking
Mr.
bad?
Brittner, please could you take a seat? Mr. Brittner, could you take a seat,
I
please?
just got very excited.
Good.
I just got very
Okay.
excited.
Thomas,
Nathan,
this is a
Nathan,
serious
there's a bell
trial.
next to you.
Whoa, hang on, he's trying to bribe me!
I
No, I'm
actually
trying to
bring
make it
Bribe me to
rain.
take
This is
the
a
hit.
bribery, Alban. It's a compliment.
Order, please. Order. We shall begin the trial with a testimony from the accused.
Why are we
Okay,
starting
begin.
with the testimony from the accused? Surely I should
Hey.
be starting with the testimony.
Then we shall begin with Brittner's testimony.
Oh yeah, how's it going?
Okay.
Oh, I see some
Okay.
fans out there in the stockade.
If you could take this seriously, please.
Hang on,
If you could take
what?
it seriously,
A
please.
jury
Brittner.
must be unbiased!
Order.
Today, at roughly 3:38 p.m., Alban McGuinness attempted to steal. Today, Alban attempted to steal one of my allays, an allay that I acquired through adoption that had once been Alban's own child, but due to neglect, it was rehomed with me as thanks to the wonderful Brittany Rehoming and Adoption Agency. Now, Alban neglected these children, but when realizing that they would be useful to him, and when needing more allays to create his weird like machine because he couldn't get his first one through the fucking portal.
If we
He's a
could
fucking
not
idiot.
swear, please. Please.
Okay, I accuse Alban on the basis that at the time of the robbery, he could not be seen or located on the map due to him using a mob head. We heard that there was hearings by myself and a witness who will be called later. We heard someone digging underneath the greenhouse, which was confirmed to be digging by the live stream. There's verbal testimony on the live stream of Alban's desire to get his allays back.
We shall dispense with the defense. Oh, did you hear my rhyming? Okay. Mr. McGuinness, how will you defend yourself against these statements?
Thank you. I will be, presenting and defending myself. Isaac said I needed a lace for my farm. That is true. Isaac said I needed my older lays. That is incorrect. I wanted my
I did
allays
not.
to speed
Objection,
across-
Your Honor. Objection, Your Honor. I said that Alban wanted the other one to make it easier as he couldn't get the other one through the portal because, and I quote, he is an effing idiot.
Okay,
Sustained.
objection denied.
Okay.
Oh.
That
That was a quote. That was a quote. I was quoting.
I was off the map using a mob head. However, it was not for the purpose they believed it was. I was transporting my dogs as earlier in that week, he himself had mentioned the fact that he had located my secret dogs and let the history show that in the past
He's
he
metagaming.
slaughtered my dogs. So I feared for their survival, and so I thought the two people that slaughtered my dogs are the only other people on the server. I fear for their safety. I've been gone too long. I must return and save them. That's why I was off the map, so they couldn't hunt down my innocent dogs.
I said that
tridents.
Alban neglected his
Aw,
allies. However,
okay.
I am well aware that Alban is the nurturing father of at least 1 billion dogs.
I've got a lot on my plate, alright?
Okay.
and so whilst I can
Alban-
partially justify Alban's neglect of his allies initially, I do believe that they deserved a second chance and a second home, so I rehoused them. To no expense of Alban's, mind you. He doesn't play childcare.
There was objection. There was mention of childcare. Don't bring that up. Don't bring that up. There was talk. When I asked if I could take those older lays back, you
asked this morning after ignoring me.
Yeah. And you know what, Isaac? You know, you were the one that freed them in the first place. You choded my tower. You freed them from their house. They lived in a massive tower, and right now, one of them's isolated in a warm greenhouse in the middle of summer, and the other one is sat amongst two, I think they were rappers.
Hey, I'll have you know, but
May I remind the jury that you're not
objection, Your Honor.
entitled to speak?
Objection.
Thank you.
Objection. Tim Roth is not a rapper. He is an actor.
Objection, I don't understand what you're saying.
And Tim Roth and Drake are wonderful company for number 2, and number 3 is.
Okay, everyone is speaking at the
Drake
same
is
time.
not good
May I just
company for a
replace
small
order in the
creature.
court? What would you say? What would you say is the proper channel for something like this? Because it sounds to me like vigilante work, and you don't
Sorry,
look
what?
like Batman. You don't look like Batman to me.
Yeah.
So,
This is not vigilante work. This is.
Objection.
with respect,
Objection. The
you
judge
found
is
a
getting
child
off topic.
in a condition which you considered to be unacceptable, and then you
Yes.
decided that you were going to take that child from
Yeah.
its home
Yeah.
and move it to somewhere else.
It was not in its home. It had been left abandoned in the ocean, and the other had been left abandoned in the Netherhood. As I said, they were not at home. They had been rejected from their home, Your Honour. And so I chose to rehome them. I brought them to Brittany, where under Brittany law I legally adopted them as my own. and for the last 2 years since, they have lived happily in Brittany until Alban today had a use for them. At which point, he expressed his need for those for one of the allies.
I call James. James, come to the
Hello.
stand,
Yes.
please.
Yes. Hello.
Can you
Hi, Your
please
Honor.
confirm that this is true, that they were perfectly safe and happy within Isaac's care?
They
for the
were
last,
perfectly
how
safe
long?
and happy.
How long?
The last 2 years. It's been 2 years.
2 years.
From
Last 2
time to
years.
time, I would pop in and say hello. I'm almost like their sort of uncle in a way. But yes, they are very
Uncle
safe.
James and Drake in a room with a number 2.
Fuck off. I'm defending you here.
Now then, James, you claimed that
Yes.
you found this tunnel under Brittany, that there were stone blocks left on the ground, indicating the time at which this tunnel had been dug was recent. Is that true?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Well, isn't that just dandy? Because checking out the stream file, which these two keep prominently pointing out, happened exactly at the time of the supposed crime. And you watch from James's point of view as he goes down into the tunnels and does not pick up any stone blocks.
Do I
The
not-
stone
Your Honour,
blocks he
objection,
picks up
Your Honour,
in his
objection.
inventory are the stone blocks he mines from the wall. Thus,
Oh.
that statement was incorrect. Thus,
Your
faulty
Honour-
witness.
Well, that's
Your
some news
Honour,
to me.
Your Honour,
I
Your Honour,
apologise.
Your Honour, this
Mr.
is actually
Britner, speak.
incorrect. Your Honour, I checked the footage myself. And found that whilst yes, James Thomas did pick up a handful of blocks that he broke himself, namely a coal ore block that he mined from the wall, and another stone block. As it stands,
That
objection,
those
Your Honour.
dirt
The facts,
blocks were there, correct?
yes, and that James picked them up.
Yes.
Which
But you're
validates
saying,
the fact that
how did they get
validates
there?
the claim.
Alban, you're
Which
asking
validates
me,
the claim.
trying to plant me there.
Excuse
Your Honour,
me, two are
which
talking
validates
over each other. I don't understand what's being said.
Your Honour, the existence of such dirt blocks in the tunnel validates the claim that this tunnel was recently dug and was not there previously.
Your Honour, if I may, I was actually off on a like 4,000 block quest roughly in a radius arc going from the south of General Brittany all the way down and kind of up to around the northwest to a woodland mansion.
Objection, Your Honour, there
Which
is
I
no
then
proof
went
of
home.
this.
The point being, I needed allays for the key function of this farm, The more allays you have, the more XP you get, but it becomes a bit laggy. So I was aiming for around 4 or 5. I only had 1 from my travels, and I'd had to abandon another one because I couldn't figure out the nether portal travel. They both know this, and it's both been confirmed. On my other travels, I was starting to doubt the fact that I wasn't going to get any more. It's just getting annoying. So I was asking if I could get my old ones back for use in the farm. Allays can reproduce asexually and do not need a second allay. So I didn't need my old allays back. The one I had gathered.
You do the command.
Yeah.
Thus, my allay was never necessary. It was merely to help speed things along. And as James, as a witness, can prove that after Isaac was gone, this is not a matter of the time, it's just to prove it. When I was accidentally in my super smelter, I accidentally mistook amethyst for smelting into glass, proving accidentally that I had amethyst to the core, which is used to breed allays. Meaning, I was breeding those allays asexually and did not resort to stealing.
Objection, Your Honour. Objection, Your Honour. Alban is not under trial. Alban is not in court and is not being accused of the agreed upon fact that he was looking for allays and indeed found one and indeed brought it back. Alban is being accused of, regardless of that, attempting to tunnel under my greenhouse to steal a second allay. And whilst Alban may deny that with his words, and whilst we can all agree that Alban has indeed found another allay that he has used to make his contraption, that does not disprove the evidence levied against him that he was attempting to steal my allay also.
The picture that has been painted to me is of an imperfect human and another imperfect human exacting their own interpretations of justice and morality. I believe that the defendant is guilty on charges of attempted theft and kidnapping. However, the justification behind his attempted theft and kidnapping are not completely unreasonable. Therefore,
Still did it.
I will be lenient. Mr. Alban McGuinness, I sentence you to live 1 week in the Winterlands.
Damn.
He can answer you when he comes back from the Winterlands, Miss Yates. You can follow him to the Winterlands.
Yes, he fucking did it! Come on!
Alban's dead, by the way. I might have carried out my own
Yeah,
execution.
James.
Sorry, Alban's not here because James crit me out when I had no
Your
armor
Honour,
on.
can we have a second trial to trial James Thomas for murder?
Mr. Alban McGuinness, could
Hey,
you
bro.
please state your case?
Thank you.
I don't want to go and have a
You
shot.
see, I was but an innocent man until proven guilty. Apparently,
You were
by
not
some,
an
by
innocent
some, by some,
man.
by some hung,
This
by some
accident took place
hung
after you've been
court.
proven guilty, I'm afraid. I have quite literally...
Alban, by your
Your
own
Honour-
admission, in the event of a hung court, the judge himself has the deciding vote.
Whatever. Your Honour, whether or not I'm guilty or not is not actually matter towards my point. My point is I was found guilty by the legal system. Okay. Once found guilty, your sentence was to live out in the Winterland for a week. James Thomas was not a member of Brittany's legal division, and further than that, the sentence did not include at any point death. James Thomas, throughout the trial, consistently punched me and threatened me with a sword. In fact, while you were talking to the jury, he came downstairs and threatened me in a corner that if I tried to speak up again, he would kill me. Okay? So there were threats of violence, and if you would do so kind as to open the chat, you can plain as day see right there that James Thomas slaughtered me in cold blood
Yes,
without
it
any
says
legal
here,
reason to do
Alban
so.
MC Gamer
Thank you,
1 was
Your Honour.
slain by I Have a Horn using Stabby MK2.
Is it time for my
Objection, Your Honour.
defense?
Objection, Your Honour. Objection, Your Honour. May I present myself as a witness to Alban's abuse under the hands of James Thomas? He abused it of this fine establishment to threaten and scare Alban McGuinness, and then eventually to murder in cold blood on the stairs, on the stairs out of this fine courtroom, to live out his sentence.
Mr. James Thomas,
Yes.
would you please dispense with your defense?
Okay. Okay. First of all,
That's the thing.
I
That's the
am-
thing we have to do now. As the judge, I'm legally required to say, "May you dispense with your."
Okay. Well, first of all, Your Honour,
Someone
I'm
write that
so
down.
guilty. But
Okay, brilliant.
Objection, Your Honour.
Open shut
You can
case.
have what you want.
but listen.
The defendant has confessed to
Your
his
Honour,
crime.
objection, Your
No,
Honour,
no, no.
objection, Your Honour.
Listen,
The
I have an
defendant sounds
excuse.
horny and not in a.
Your Honour,
not in a-
I have written it down as you requested.
Your Honour, it
Listen,
is
I have an
written.
excuse.
It is known,
As-
Your Honour.
As a friend of the President of Brittany, Mr.
Prime
Ghosty.
Prime Minister.
Prime Minister.
We're not overruled.
But
James,
anyway,
continue.
my excuse is I am a friend of the dear Prime Minister, and
Objection.
also what?
Objection.
Associate, he was a witness to my
I'm the
case.
prosecution here, Mr. Britner, if I may.
Okay. Can I
James
speak?
Thomas believes because he has friendship ties with people in high places that he may do whatever he wants frivolously. I think that ends today. I think
Objection, it's called the class system.
Okay. Order. I'd like to speak.
Yeah.
Mr. James Thomas, with respect, and I mean as much respect as I can offer, I also am affiliated with the Prime Minister of Brittany, and I did not slaughter anyone in cold.
But you're not part of the CBIA.
The what?
The CBIA. The Central Brittany Intelligence Agency.
I am quite literally the Minister of Law. Whatever little fan club you have.
Yes! I have a Minister of Law!
I've appointed myself. Sorry, actually, I'm not allowed to appoint myself. Mr. Brittner, can you appoint me as Minister of Law, please?
Nathan, after this wonderful display tonight, you have proven yourself a fine Minister of Law, and therefore effective immediately. You are now the Minister of Law representing the cabinet of Prime Minister Isaac Brittner, which serves itself the rightful king, Zach Bedworth the first of his name.
Okay.
Nation, who's given permission. I doubt he knows any state secrets involved.
Your Honour, the defendant
was-
is currently
was-
escaping the courtroom.
The defendant appears to be scaling the building.
Your Honour, these
Your Honour,
frivolous acts are not
Your Honour,
fleeing the courtroom.
The defendant and the accuser seem to be stood outside of my window. Your Honour, I have them in my sights.
Objection! I came out here to stop the defendant from escaping justice.
Your
I
Honour,
didn't know that you were
unfortunately,
a member
Your
of
Honour,
the police.
unfortunately, there is no bouncer to stop these hoodlums, as the bouncer is in fact on trial.
Okay, has the jury reached a verdict?
Yeah, he's fucking guilty, and we're not friends.
Nathan.
Yes.
You know, if you say I'm not guilty, I can give you like 3 diamond blocks.
And you actually
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
just tried to bribe the Minister of Law. I find you guilty, and I will let the jury decide your fate.
Bribery as well, Your Honour.
Get
Your
off my
Honour, Your
stand,
Honour.
please.
I find, Your Honour, if I may speak as a member of the jury, me, Elliot,
Your,
can I confer with you? Can I
Your Honour,
confer with you?
if I may request that James serve
you
a
think he's
similar
guilty?
fate to I.
Your Honour, the jury.
James.
Your Honour, the jury has reached a verdict that Mr. James Thomas, who is currently trying to escape,
He's killed again.
Your Honour, the jury has found James
Howard.
Thomas guilty on account of 2 murders, escaping the courtroom, interrupting due process, breaking back into the courtroom, and attempted bribery.
Destruction of
the
property.
judge. Destruction
As
of
Minister
property.
of... Excuse me,
Brittany
excuse me,
adopts-
excuse me, excuse me. Objection. Ellies, can you please sit down? Continue.
Judge, can you please control the court, please? I will not have this on the day that could decide my fate here.
To the Pink Sheep, down the road from the Pink Sheep's own house, you expect me to stand here in front of such harlots?
Okay, well, with respect, you were swearing in the presence of the pink sheep, so...
The Pink Sheep is down like that. He is.
With...
You're a fucking jury. Be quiet. You're the jury.
to diverge. Jury,
Wasn't
why
even
was one of
robbery.
you lying on the floor?
She's having a nap, bro. She's
Can the
napping.
jury please stop getting freaky?
Okay.
Okay, let me. Okay.